Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. So today's video is going to be something that comes up a lot. I have manifested the opposite. What do I do now? Right? I know that I'm laughing at it right now, but this is a very triggering topic and a lot of people get into these spirals because of this. So I will clear a lot of things here. I am hoping that you guys will take in the information without getting defensive and would actually understand what I'm trying to say here, because some of this information might not be validating the victimhood. So I will be very open and blunt about everything, and then from there you can understand it based on your own situation. Alright, so first thing we need to understand is when I say that something opposite of what I want is happening, what does that mean? What does it mean when I say something opposite is happening? It means that according to me, when I started manifesting this thing, I had an idea in my mind. I had a picture in my mind and I was predicting that this thing will go in a certain manner, right? I was predicting that from A I will go to B, from B I will go to C, from C I will go to D. And from there I will get my manifestation, right? But now when this thing is happening, it's not going from A to B, but from A it's going to Z, and from Z it's going to Y, and from Y then it's going to B. So in my mind, because I had a certain path lined up according to my own beliefs, my own assumptions, my own mindset, which I will cover a little bit later, what happens is that we predict things and we say that, oh, this thing happening means that it's opposite of what I want, and if this thing happens it means it's for me, right? So an example would be, let's say I'm manifesting a specific person and I get a text from them. Because my mind thinks that that's a good thing, I will consider that a good thing, which might be a good thing. In usual cases that's a good thing, but that also might not be the best thing in the world, because we are looking at things from that tiny perspective, right? That I woke up, I saw this text message, it means it's working. We don't see where that text message is going to lead us. So the first most important thing is to understand that many times when we are in a particular situation and something is happening, it's us who is labeling it good or bad. It's us who is labeling that thing good or bad based on our own interpretations, our own belief. But that might not be the case, because the most important thing is that we are not sure of how it happens. We are not sure of how it will come to pass. And because we are predicting the how based on our own mindset, what we do is that we predict a particular thing to be good or to be bad. Now, in some cases that might be too much, right? So you want to be with someone and that person gets married to someone else. Too much. Of course, it's not what you want. But we also still not know the bigger picture where it's taking us. We don't know where it's taking us in the long run. We don't know where this thing is going to take us in the next 2 months or in the next 3 months. Because this might be the reason that we finally change, and we finally changing might be the reason we get what we want. Or this might be the reason that that person maybe breaks up with that one other third party for the final time. Or maybe getting fired from our job might be the reason that I get a new job and an improved job. Or being rejected for an interview might be the reason for me to actually prepare for it properly, and when I go give it again, I get the job that I want, right? So first thing is very important is to not label things as good or bad, because that labeling is coming based on our interpretation and might not necessarily be true. Now let's move forward and understand what I said by my interpretation. See, what our mind does, our mind has only one job. It's to make sure that you are surviving. And to make sure that you are surviving, what your mind will do is, based on its past experiences, past beliefs, past assumptions, and what we see happening outside in the world, it predicts the future, right? So it predicts that, oh, if something like this is happening, it means that the follow-up will be something bad. Or if something like this is happening, it means that the follow-up would be something good. So that is our interpretation based on my experience. So maybe you and me would be in the same situation and you would perceive things totally differently and I would perceive things totally differently, because we have different belief systems. Because I see things based on my life and you see things based on your life. I see things based on my experience and you see things based on your experience. I see things based on my assumptions. That is why people call it the law of assumption, because I see things from those assumptions. If I have a particular assumption that maybe everything works out for me, having something bad happen to me, I might take it as a bridge, or I might take it as an opportunity, or a challenge, or you might take it as something that bad happened to you, right? Because that is that way. It's very foolish of us to label things good or bad, because we don't know where that thing is taking us in a macro term. We look at things from a 1 day or 2 day or 3 day perspective. We don't know where that thing is going to take us in the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Maybe that thing is the reason that we eventually get what we want later, right? So it's very important to not label things based on our own experience. Now this brings me to a topic that there are two kind of people who get into a manifestation journey. And when I will explain those two examples, you will know who you are, which one are you in this situation. The first kind of person is who does everything properly, who makes a scheduled routine, whatever it is, follows it with discipline. When something opposite happens, they regulate their feelings, they handle their resistance, they are working on themselves, they're working on building up a good self concept, they're working on creating a better self image, they are working on detaching from the desire. Like, they are doing everything properly. And for them, an opposite circumstance shows up. For them, if an opposite circumstance is showing up, that can be anything, right? So that can be a bridge of events, that can be anything that happens for them. Like, it can turn into something good very instantly. But now there comes the second kind of person. These people do the routines half-heartedly. Sorry, they just say affirmations just for the sake of saying them. They just do the routines because they want to give themselves that excuse that, oh no, I'm doing the routine, but they're not actually changing, right? And then they're just dwelling, they're just whining, crying about the same circumstances over and over and over again. And then they see something and then they talk about, oh, I have been doing everything that is needed from me. Why did the opposite happen? Then, sorry to say for you, it's actually not the opposite. It's just the mirror of who you are being. Because manifestation doesn't mean that you can just do some affirmations and then go not change your actions at all and then expect things to be different, right? If I am, let's say I'm Karan A and I want to be Karan B, and Karan A has a certain mindset, a certain set of habits, certain boundaries, certain way they deal with people, and Karan B is totally different, right? Karan B is everything I want. And I start affirming that I have the mindset of Karan B, but I don't change my habits, I don't change my perceptions, I don't change my boundaries. I just keep crying and I just keep whining and I just keep doing the same things, but I'm just saying some affirmations. Do you think I will have a lasting change? Not really, because I'm not actually changing, because I'm not actually getting better, because there is not a transformation that is happening. I'm just saying some affirmations in hopes, and that is wishful thinking, that I'm wishfully thinking and hoping that this manifestation, these affirmations will magically change my life. They won't. They will actually, it won't work out, because now I won't even have hope in myself that it will change, because I am not changing. So if you are one of these, you need to take a very good look in the mirror. Do you get the reason why if 10 people do the same affirmation, it might work for 5 and might not work for 5? It doesn't mean that those 5 are something special or they said that affirmation in a different way. It's because the person saying the affirmation matters. How they perceive that in their life matters. How that affirmation transforms them matters. It just isn't about doing some affirmations and some techniques in a magical hope and a wish that it will change them or it will change their life. No matter which one are you, no matter which one of these people are you, if something opposite happens in your life, let me give you a foolproof plan to handle it. The first thing is never to run away from anything. So if something you consider opposite is happening in your life, something you consider bad is happening in your life, the first thing you do is you accept that, all right, this is happening and I don't need to escape it because I'm not afraid. So the first thing you do is you face that fear that, all right, something is happening that I don't like and it's fine. I can deal with it. I'm not going to lose with this. The second thing that you do is you tell yourself that, all right, but this might also be taking me to my manifestation. And if you're the first person, if you're the second person, then you take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, okay, if this is happening, what does this tell me about myself? Where am I lacking? Have a very honest conversation with yourself. Where am I lacking? What part of my actions are not in alignment to what I want? And I have a video about living in the end versus living as if, and I will post the link in the description where you will understand about what the actions that I'm talking about. Right? The third step for all of you would be to find a solution to the problem in the physical world. That, all right, let's say you want to manifest a relationship and that person blocks you. Okay, what is the step? I accept that I'm blocked. And if I'm the first person, I tell myself that it's okay that they blocked me. This doesn't connect to my self-worth. If I'm the second person, I tell myself that, oh no, what does this tell me about myself? It will usually tell you that, oh, I have been chasing or I have been running after them, whatever it is. The third answer would be that, okay, what's the thing that I can do about to get it better right now? Nothing, and I shouldn't do anything. I don't have to take any action to change that unblocking. Any chasing from here might even ruin it even further, right? And what I will do is I will stop chasing that thing and I will tell myself that maybe this is also taking me somewhere better. And let me just focus on myself that is in my controllable right now. Now, this doesn't mean that nothing will change or you won't get better. This just means that when things change, by the time things change, and by the time you will get what you want, it won't come from a sort of escapism. You will not have a bad life till you get what you want. You're still fully capable of handling life, and it will decrease your resistance because it will tell you your ability to handle things on your own, and it will decrease the importance of that manifestation because that manifestation is a pedestalized thing. Once it gets down, you will start to understand that my life is full right now. When we don't feel full in the current moment, we keep manifesting that emptiness in the outside world. We think that that manifestation will fix it. It won't. It won't be a magical solution. Please introspect where you are coming from. If you are the first person who is doing everything correctly, this might be a bridge. You don't have to worry about it. You have to be honest with yourself if you are the first person. If you are the second person who is still lacking in their actions, who is still not doing things perfectly, then you have to actually change yourself and understand that getting better is the only way to change your life. I have a lot of free content here which will help you do that. Just go through the videos. I have around 350-60 posts on Instagram. I also have coaching. I also have a course, self-concept course that is getting huge feedback. It's very detailed. In any way, shape or form that you want, take the plunge. Work on yourself. You deserve to get more than this. I will see you guys in the next one. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions and I will see you guys in the next one.